Okay, so here's the deal. I have bought a lot of plushes over the years, and it's at the point where we're running out of room a little bit. So roughly two-thirds of the ones I own are being donated, and they're all here. The plushes that are exempt from being donated are official FNAF ones, all of the Huggies, including the big one. I found all of these plushes in the two big bags, so they were already marked for donation up to and including 2 years ago. Many of these have featured in Adventures in Bootleg already, but not all of them. So this video, like I say, will be going through why I am no longer keeping them. Enjoy. Okay, so I'm just going to pull them randomly out of one bag and put them in another one. We have quite a few to get through, so let's make a start. Okay, the first one is Poplio. This was just one that I saw literally hanging from the roof of a shop in Cambridge. I don't know why I bought it, because, I mean, in the UK at least, Pokemon plushes are relatively rare, but not super crazy. So I guess I just picked it up because. And this is one of the plushes where I have barely seen them since. They've just been in a box for 2 years, so it's a pretty obvious choice. Okay, this one is massive, so I'm just going to have to hold it back a little bit because I can't exactly zoom out at the moment. But this one is the biggest. Not by far, but probably the biggest. It's interesting. This was my first purchase off Temu, but it came vacuum packed, and it has a really weird feel to it. It feels almost like condensation, like it feels not wet, but like just unsanitary. And again, I barely sort of even displayed this one. It just went in the wardrobe for a few years, so it's another pretty obvious choice. Nab Nab. That's a pretty close call. It's difficult, but it's like when I made the list of exceptions of plushes I was going to keep, Nab Nab didn't make the cut. And also, I've had a bit of an issue with it since I bought it, mainly because of the teeth down here. It looked a bit untidy, but the history behind this thing, and luckily it got an episode dedicated to itself, or partially to itself, about the history of this thing and how it was made before Nab Nab was actually a character. It was made just from trailer footage alone. Interesting story behind it. But is it worth keeping? Oh boy. Right. Okay, so this didn't have a dedicated episode of Adventures in Bootleg, but I posted about it before the series began. I bought it for the lols. This is emblematic of 2023, I think. A bootleg plush of Skibbity Toilet, I think, is the most 2023 thing that you can get. Hilarious. But I need this thing out of my house. This is another one. I might make an exception for this one, actually, because it's like it's straight out of the game. And I know that as Banban gets more popular in Japan and they make more pop-up stores, Nab Nab is actually appearing in plushes that look just like this one. So I may be able to make an exception for this one. What is this one doing in here? It's official, so that means it stays. Catbee is another interesting one. I got this on the same day I bought the Poplio one. This was because of a comment, actually. I'd seen this in stores a couple of times, and a commenter said, "Why don't you buy Catbee?" So I decided to, and I shouldn't have done. It had one dedicated video, and that's about it. So, pretty easy choice. Withered Bonnie. This is interesting because I love bootleg plushes that don't have actual official plushes. This one came vacuum packed like Boxy, and again, it feels a little odd. It isn't helped at all by the fact that these have all been in the garage for nearly 2 years, but it definitely doesn't feel great. I had a bit of a problem with, I don't know, the art style of it. It seemed a bit cartoony. It's a pretty good recreation of Withered Bonnie, but just when I was drawing up the list of plushes to keep, this guy, he didn't make the list. That's it for box one. Ignore the furriel friends Snugglemals bunny. Just ignore it. Moving on to bag two. The bag isn't even on screen, but it's way bigger than the last. I mean, if I can... Well, yeah. I don't think I need to say anymore. Now, the giant 4-foot rainbow Huggy is a Huggy, so that gets an exception. If we zoom back, you can see, I think these were featured in episode 21. You can see the little FNAF figure there as well. Although not specifically a plush, all of the figures in this bag are being donated as well. Mainly because, you know, I bought the set, it was good for content, have not looked at them since. They are just taking up space, and also most of them are broken. Most of them were broken when I bought them, but there's no point in keeping them. There just is none. I'm going to start off the bag with the one that already decided to escape, Choo Choo Charles. This was another very close call because I like it, but it's the weird grey area. You know, I think there may be an official Charles plush now, but there's a good fake, and then there's this one. This is not the one that was in the picture when I bought it. You can tell because the mouth isn't coloured in black. There are definitely worse ones, but there are way better ones. So this one is going, I guess. Phantom BB. Firstly, it's a pretty pathetic plush. But listen, hey, I love FNAF 3, I love the Phantoms. I think I bought this because I was starstruck a little, because it's the first time I saw FNAF plushes on the shelves in a store. The only time until then that I saw FNAF plushes were ones that I'd bought officially from Sanchi in 2015 or 16, and that was on a website. I'd never seen them in store before, so that's the only reason why I decided to get this one. I also got a Phantom Foxy, that'll be in here somewhere as well. Okay, now you see Dark Bowser. It's such a tough call to make. I think what makes me want to donate it at this stage is just because of the size. I have nothing to compare it to, and it's literally the only thing on screen, but this thing is pretty big. I remember all of the Mario plushes I got, and I think there's only one more. It may not even be in the bag. It all stems from a video that I saw on YouTube a while ago of Bowser's Mushroom Factory, I think it was called. And although there was a Bowser in it, a Goomba in it, I don't think this guy was in it. I got it because I love Bowser's Inside Story as well. Yeah, they didn't make the cut, and it's a real shame. Maybe I'll make an exception for this one as well when no one's looking. Okay, this is the only Huggy that didn't reach the threshold. My guy's getting donated. Siren Head. Love Siren Head as a character. This is the only plush of its kind that was the actual colour of Siren Head. I think there's one more in here. May not be. I may be insane. Yeah, it just didn't make the cut. I wish I could give more creative reasons, but some of these were fairly easy choices. Blue Boxy. Now, I am keeping Lunchboxy because I think that's a fantastically made plush that isn't made officially. I think it was made in fantastic time, etc. These guys are just massive. And I don't have a complete Boxy line because I never got the yellow one and I've got the pink one. And I nearly did get both on multiple occasions, and I'm glad I didn't because I'd just be giving those away today. Yeah, this is just one that I bought. This one specifically I bought, and then it just went straight in the cupboard. It's just taking up space. It's just like stuck to the... Killy is an interesting case. Obviously, it's incredibly well made, just about. I love anything from Project Playtime. I think I got this just because. I don't really consider it part of the Huggy collection, mainly because Huggy to me is the distinctive design with the Velcro in the hands. This one is fairly well made. There are a few, don't want to call them inconsistencies, they're just flat-out errors. Compared to Killy, they have an official plush now. Okay, so Robot Boxy, I think I've touched on. Very, very cool design. Love everything from Project Playtime. Regular Boxy and Lunch Boxy remain. This one does not. Okay, so two of them have decided to stick together. They're not attached in any way. Foxy's nose is just really sticky, and that's a little concerning. But I might as well just tackle these two together then. This is a terrible Poundland Baldy plush. They're even trying to escape my hand. And this one I bought with Phantom BB that I mentioned before. The eye is a little weird as well. It's tiny as well, which is a little strange. But clearly these two, they don't want to go if not together. Okay, so this didn't even make it into a video. I don't know why I got this. If there's an item that's more 2023 than just a regular toilet, let's compare the two. This is their moment in the spotlight, I guess. If there's an item that's more 2023 than this, then it's this. I got this for the lol of it, but nobody found the series funny but me. So I've had no one to show it to, and yeah, it's been in the cupboard for 2 years. And it's also quite big as well. It's also way thicker than the Skibbity toilet, so there they go. Rockstar Foxy, he didn't do anything wrong. He's just tiny, and I mean, I think saying cheaply made could apply to all of these that aren't official. And I don't even think there's one official plush among them, but yeah, just a bit too cheap. And there is an official Pusheen one in there as well that is going in the saved pile. And this is also official, so that is going in the saved pile as well. And that's it. Now, do I go through the effort? Okay, well, I was going to say, do I go through the effort of, arranging them for a family picture? And then I just sort of started doing it anyway. So I guess, I don't know, Choo Choo can go to the front here. Here are all of the ones that are being donated, when you see them like zoomed out, it becomes a little clearer. You can sort of like, by looking at the videos on this channel, you can sort of tell from which ones aren't here, which ones I'm keeping, and they are much more worth it. Like Lunchboxy I described, all of the Huggies are exempt. Molang, Pusheen, everything is safe. These are bottom of the barrel normally. The easiest to get rid of was Catbee, and I think the hardest of these was Nab Nab. So I'm actually going to nab them right now and save them. They can go over here with Huggy and Molang and some other saved souls. But yeah, this is their final moment to shine. I think I said this on an old Instagram story actually. Plushes, when you buy them, they should have a story behind them. And fair enough, like as we've gone through these, a lot of them have had a story, but it's nothing like the first plush I had, or plushes that I bought to recreate FNAF 4, or my first Boxy, or the Boxy that looks the best, you know. And actually, surprisingly, I have another Boxy that's like that one but smaller, and it wasn't in either of the bags, which is interesting. I want to give a little post-credit scene here and mention what's coming next on Adventures in Bootleg, or at least sometime in the future. And you don't have to look far.